Hello everyone, this is Dawn Raider, and welcome to my Better Than Wolves Day 1 guide. So I am going to get right into things. I have no idea what this seed is, so I'm just going in completely blind. There is a village right there, which would be pretty nice normally, but in the interest of showing how to do things here, I am not going to use it just because most worlds are not going to necessarily have that right at spawn. But yeah, I am also using Vyoki's Vanilla 114 Textures port for Better Than Wolves, and I am using Better Than Wolves v4.002 and Deco add-on, which realistically shouldn't actually be affecting any of the early game. But yeah, so to actually get into the guide for things, the first thing you want to be doing is just starting to punch wood. Best thing to do, get your first stick, then you can turn that stick into a pointy stick, which actually this is a really dumb thing to do. I should not have done that, whatever. So don't do that. What you want to do is you want to turn your first stick into a pointy stick. Actually, really good thing you could do with a village, I believe you can use a pointy stick to pick up cobblestone. It'll just drop as loose cobblestone. But we are going to be pretending that that village doesn't exist just for the sake of the guide. This is really unfortunate that I'm not seeing too much in the way of stone around here though. Because what you want to do is you want to take your pointy stick here, and you're going to want to come and use it on some bare stone. So what I think I'm going to do is just come down here and get a sharp stone from off of here. So the first time that you break it, it's going to just drop gravel, and the second time that you break it, which is going to consume your pointy stick, is going to give you the actual stone. Which then you can craft that stone into a sharp stone, which will then allow you to get more sticks. And apparently my skin is not currently working. That's unfortunate. Not a huge deal for this though. I am definitely jumping a lot more than I'd like to. You want to avoid jumping as much as you can early game, just because it will consume your hunger a lot. As you can see, we're already down a single pip. But also, one thing you want to make sure to do is when you're taking off, or when you're using the sharp stone to get sticks, you want to make sure you do not use up all of it, because you can use your sharp stone to get more stones, which is a much more efficient way of going about doing that. So we're going to use all but 2 durability on it, because each stone has 6 uses. Let's come back down here and start using up, and finish off using up this to get another stone, which then we can spend on getting some more stones, because I think I want to do that before we go back up and get more sticks. So I will spend some time doing that, and then I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, this should be a good amount, and I just heard a pig die for some reason. I think a zombie might have come out of a cave. But you can tell that it's done with the stones when it gets this, like, grayscale leaf texture, because after that, the sharp stone doesn't work on it anymore, and if you do manage to break it, it'll just drop gravel. Now, where did that pig die? Because I didn't hear a zombie eat the food. I don't know. That's not a huge deal to me right now. Let's just turn one of those into a sharp stone and keep getting some more wood. Now, normally I don't focus particularly hard on getting a lot of food day 1 or anything like that. I mostly focus on doing it more towards day 2. Or sorry, I will work on getting food and not so much on getting a fire. I think I might work on getting some more more wood here to be able to start a fire, though. And then we can use some of these sticks to make a club. Let's just use up the rest of this stone because I've got another 3 more. Okay, let's do that. Get ourselves a club and turn that into another sharp stone. Now, I found best targets to attack with your club are going to be chickens and sheep. Normally I would avoid doing killing chickens day 1, just because they can help you get some spider webs. Pigs also have a bit more health. They take 1 more hit to deal with. So I don't like to deal with them as much. Let's just kill this. Okay, so that's 3 pieces of food. I think what we're gonna do is make a hole off of that little lake down there. Let's come over and kill 1 more sheep. Hold on. Yeah, this is less than ideal to be punching it to death. I forgot that clubs have so little durability. How are we doing on time? Cutting it a little bit close, but I do want to get a bit more firewood, because, or just wood in general, including stuff for firewood, because you need 7 sticks to be able to start a fire for cooking. You need 4 to make a campfire, then you need 1 to turn into a pointy stick to make a spit for the fire, and then you need 1 more, or not 1 more, sorry, 2 more to be able to make the fire starter, the fire plow. But I think we're going to spend a bit of time doing this. I also want to check how much sawdust and bark I have to be able to cook some food. Alright, 7 and 6, that's not even, that might be enough to cook 1 piece of food, being generous, because I think it takes 16 or ish to do that. So I'm not going to particularly worry about that. What I am going to do is I'm going to come along here and just mine up some of this dirt. Damn it, that's not what I wanted there. No, do I actually want to do this? Yeah, that's only 3 high, that's what I was afraid of. I don't think that I want to build my hidey hole there. I'm actually going to come into this little hill right here and just start digging here. Because dirt in Better Than Wolves, when you mine it by hand, tends to loosen its neighbors. But only if the dirt that you actually mined was non-loose. Mining loose dirt does not affect its neighbors. So, you can see here, this one, that is unfortunate. Yeah, that one, because it was not loose, loosened all of these neighbors. But this one, which is loose, is not going to loosen that. So when I mine this, that's probably going to make the ceiling fall in. Oh, hey, there's a block there. That is actually perfect. Because I can now come in here. And if we mine this out, I'm going to put a dirt slab right there. You want to use dirt slabs as much as you can, especially to avoid jumping, because of the hunger cost that I mentioned before. Let's just do that to get us a nice path going out. And I'm going to place that right there to block things up. We didn't see any wolves, so we don't need to worry about making it any more than that, because that is a 1.5 blocks tall, so nothing can get in. What I am going to do is start digging off to the side just a little bit here, so that nothing can get it, like a skeleton isn't going to be able to shoot us or anything like that. And perfect, did not expose the sky. That is unfortunate that there's some stone right there, but it's not the end of the world. What I'm going to do here is, for this night, I'm just going to spend some time getting some more sharp stones. So I'll leave this recording just in case anything eventful happens, but if not, then I will just see you in the morning when we can get going again. Okay, so as the sun is coming up here, I actually see a web across there. Hopefully I can find a closer web, because priority 1 here needs to be getting an axe. I do hear a spider above me, which may drop some string. The way that works is... Actually, hold up. I'm going to hold off explaining that while I rush out and hopefully don't die. Perfect. Okay, so the way spiders work is that they have one web that they can shoot, and once they've shot a web, then they will no longer drop string. And they can only shoot a web once. But thankfully, that spider locked onto me before it locked onto a chicken. So, it shot a web at me. Which means that we can make an axe, which is perfect. There's no mobs around here, so axe. Which is a stick, a string, and 2 of those. Okay, it is shapeless. I could not remember if it was or not. So, now we can come here and chop down some logs and also kill some more animals. Let's come up here. Oh, that pig must have been hurt. Ooh, that's... No. No, I am not gonna deal with that skeleton. Oh! Okay, yeah. You can get them to drop some bones. Okay, I was just double checking to make sure there's no more skeletons around. You can get them to drop some bones. There's a creeper to my left. And then you can make a club, which is just as effective of a weapon as an axe. But, obviously they're skeletons. They hurt and are very dangerous. So I am just going to keep playing this out rather cautiously. I want to keep an eye out on that creeper that I know is there. I'm going to spend a little bit of time hunting, but not too much, because I do really need to get some food going. Yep, and now I'm peckish, which means I am not going to be regenerating health. So the way that works is that... Wait, why am I killing these pigs in 2 hits? They must have all been hit damaged or something. But yeah, the way that the modifiers there work is that there are... for health, hunger, and fat, which is another system that I'll get into in a minute, if they are too low, then you'll start getting status effects, which can start impacting you negatively. So at the first status effect, which I have right now, it just means that I can't sprint. Further status effects mean that I won't be able to, or that I'll move slower, deal less damage. Eventually you'll stop dealing knockback if your damage is low enough. Yeah, so there's not really too many animals in the immediate area. I don't want to wander too far, given my hunger right now. There's another web over that way. I want to be careful here just because of that creeper, which may or may not have despawned. It appears to have despawned. That is really unfortunate that it went up into that tree, though. So I'm just going to swing wide here. But yeah, there's a web over there. Actually, there's multiple webs off there. There's one over there, one back there. I saw some reeds over there, which I will also want to grab. But for now, we have 10 logs, and I am just going to come back to the hidey hole. Actually, I'm going to go kill that pig. Then I'm going to go back to the hidey hole and start cooking up some food. What time is it? Yeah, it's only noon. So, I can definitely spend a significant amount of time cooking some food. I think I will come and chop down another tree for some more wood. And there we go. So, yep, now I'm hungry, which means I'll be doing less damage. You can see I'm moving just a little bit slower, Altogether, not too great, but also not the worst. Now that we have an axe, I can come here and block that off, though, so that I don't have to worry about anything coming in here or shooting me or anything like that. So, let's come and I'll leave a couple of those logs as logs just in case, and I will chop the rest of those into that. So, we now have a lot more that we can do in terms of firewood. Yeah, putting it right there is going to be a safe thing to do because it can start fires above it. Ooh, actually, it might not be safe. I don't know how far it spreads fires. But if we are going to be as safe as possible here. And just put it farther away. Because I have gotten myself killed before by doing that. I don't like that either. So let's come there, and I'm also going to do this. I'm actually going to set it on top of that stone block. And there we go. Let's take that pointy stick, put it right there, and start grabbing the pork chop just because that is a more efficient food source than the mutton. And, oh right, it's that. And then let's get this fire started. So this will take just a minute. You also have to make sure you are holding it down continuously because it does have some sort of internal like warm-up stat or something like that, which requires you to be constantly trying to light it on fire like this. As you can see, it takes up quite a bit of hunger, but there we go. We now have fire going, and so it just takes a while to go. You want to make sure that the campfire stays on the medium setting right here. So the small setting won't reset the cook progress, but it also won't make any progress. If the fire is too big, it can actually burn the food, which is still edible, but isn't as efficient. So, we are just going to sit here and cook some food for a while until it becomes the next day, and I will be back with you then. Okay, so with some rather perfect timing, the third piece of food finished cooking just as the sun started coming up. So there is another chicken above me. Now I think priority is going to be to get some more string, get a shovel, get an oven going, and obviously just keep sustaining with more food because I used all of my food just to stay alive. Quick note about campfires: when it's in this state, it can be relit just by feeding it some more fuel. I don't actually know how long it stays that way, but you've got a bit of time. We are going to do the same thing as last time, where we rush out. Apparently I lit a tree on fire. Okay, let's bait this creeper out and make it blow up. There we go. That'll give us some more dirt there for slabs. So let's get that going like that. And don't tell me the spider despawned. Nope, it's up there. Cool. And skeleton watch. Okay, he's over there. He's over there. We're just moving. I don't know why that web being shot scared me there, but it did. Alright, mob check. Everything's good. Let's get this up. So, to harvest the webs, you can use a axe or a sword, although swords are not coming for a while. But you can use those to quickly tear through the web in case you need to get out in a pinch. Or you can use any type of chisel to be able to actually harvest the string from it. So any type of chisel, meaning a pointy stick, although pointy sticks would not be particularly useful because it would take two of them just to chew through a one of those, the webs, sorry. Alright, we got an axe. Where are you? Hello, spider. You did not drop any string. Okay, let's mine up a little bit more wood, and then I want to go over and grab the string that I saw off in the distance. Yeah, so best way that I've found to get clay going is to just build a platform out of logs elevated off the ground that only you can get to. It's worth grabbing just for being able to fish with it later. Ooh, there is a piece of cobweb up there. I am going to come kill this pig as well. There we go. But yeah, so let's come dig this up, and I want to check how much wood I have on me to see if I have enough to build a platform. I do want to get a shovel, because if you mine up clay without a shovel, it'll only give you one clay pile instead of one clay ball, where 2 clay piles can combine into a single ball. So, the reason that we want to get some clay is to be able to get a, an oven. And with an oven, we can start getting some iron, which is the end goal that we want to get to. So, I do need to be careful over there, because there's some dark patches up there. I also want to... Ooh, this is a good cave to keep in mind. There's a few cave entrances around here. I want to keep in mind that there is some reeds back over in the jungle over that way that I will want to get, but definitely want to be very careful about. Also, bone club. Bone clubs do the same damage as an axe, but they don't have the same requirement of... they don't have requirement of string, and they don't take as much durability loss. I don't know how the durability compares, but I know that a axe, or any tool really, takes 2 durability every time you hit a mob with it. So it's a lot more efficient to use bone clubs if you are able to. Let's make a backup axe. And another sharp stone. And I'm gonna come over here and get this coal while I'm over in this direction. Let's see how much there is. Looks like there's... Okay, there's 5. I'm only going to mine up a little bit of this because we only get piles when using a chisel, and you combine 2 piles into a piece of coal to make a torch. So, given that there's an odd number here, I'm not going to bother getting that last one because it won't do me any good. I can come back here with a pick later and actually get a real piece of coal from that. And this coal isn't something we're going to use at the immediate moment, just something planning for the future. Let's come over here and get some more... Oh wow, there is 3 webs just in this area in front of me right here. That is really nice. There's also some more coal up there, coal over there. This place back here, this mountain biome, is going to be a good place to check for coal for sure. How am I doing on time? It's noon, okay. Definitely got some time. I might even be able to get some clay going. I want to get clay going tonight so that by end of day tomorrow I can actually have an oven. Because you need to set the clay out to dry, and it takes 1 full day for it to actually go through and dry. Let's come over here and kill this chicken. And let's get these pigs down here as well. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of things there. What is that? Oh, that right there with the flower threw me off. Is that a... no, that's not a ravine. Okay. I do want to avoid getting too close to the jungle because jungle spiders are absolutely terrifying and will completely destroy you. They inflict food poisoning and poison on you, and you cannot eat anything with while you're affected by food poisoning. And also, just with how tight food is right now, I do not want to have to worry about that. So let's come down to the water right here and start looking for some clay. I think I see some right there. Yes, I do. So we need to get 16 of this. You can see that the clay is actually in the form of a ore here. And that's because, like I mentioned earlier, it only drops a single clay ball, which for later pottery purposes, you need to combine 9 of those to make a block of clay for spinning, but that is far beyond our concerns right now. Right now, we just need an oven, and I have not been counting, so I don't actually know how many this is, but I see another patch off to my right, which I want to go get. So, let's come pick this up, and that is 11. Let's get some air again, and then come back down here and just get 5. And I'm going to cut out this part right here just while I'm slowly mining things. Okay, so I am definitely going to want to remember that this is here. Also, do be aware that swimming takes up a lot of hunger. So you want to minimize that as much as possible. See, that took up a significant amount, so let's make some slabs and get back over this way. Okay, I am not going to be able to get enough of the wood right now to get clay going. I'm just not feeling confident in the amount of hunger that I have here. So I'm going to block that up and start cooking some food. I have enough here going to make 2 campfires here. And let's make another spit there. Let's get that. And let's get that. And start cooking this. So we should... I can't tell. That might be below half durability. So let's just turn it into sawdust and make another one because we've got the wood to spare. Speaking of which, let's chop all of that and start this. So one nice thing is that here we can come and just start a single campfire, which the fire will then spread to the campfire next to it. So we don't actually have to worry about doing the fire for both of these. But yeah, I will be back in the morning once we are good to go there. Okay, so we are back with a piece of meat to spare this time. Let's make the same run for it. Hi, spider. Oh no, we're good. Creeper! Alright, spider's fine with me. I'm just gonna leave him because he shot his web. I'm not going to risk that, taking that damage right now. I am shocked that I didn't take damage from that creeper, by the way. I also don't know how I didn't manage to see it. Do you need to be aware of that creeper over there? Is there anything over this way? No, there's not. Alright, that creeper's getting uncomfortably close. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bait him. Let's get him a little farther away. There we go, and blow up. Alright, took a little more damage than I would have liked there, but it is totally fine. At the very least, both of those creepers blowing up gives me some more dirt for slabs. So let's craft those up. Alright, just keeping my head on a swivel here to make sure I don't get snuck up on by another creeper. Alright. Let's just create a slab path out that'll also help in the future if I ever end up inside of that creeper hole again. Oh, there's a skeleton in there. Man, that lake has so many skeletons in it. I'm pretty sure skeletons are coded to path towards water or something like that. And so that's why they keep ending up in that spot. But now I'm going to come and chop down some more of these trees, which will then, let's make sure no creepers, which will let me get that clay drying for a oven. And just be very, very careful of creepers and skeletons. Alright, I'm staying quiet here just to be able to listen up for some footsteps, because that's the only sound creepers will make. But yeah, then, oh, that broke, we've got a spare. How much string do I have? Okay, I have 2 string. That's decent. I know there are plenty of webs around here, which is actually kind of insanely lucky. I don't think I've ever had this many webs surrounding me. Alright, let's finish that off. Doing decent on food. Just keep an eye out, because you can never be too careful when you're as vulnerable as you are in the early game. Let's make some more slabs here. Alright, 19 logs. That's pretty good. I'm gonna grab just a couple more from this tree here, just to make sure we have enough for firewood and such, because it is going to take 16 to make that platform. Okay. Let's give that lake a little bit of a wide berth. With how many skeletons have ended up in that lake, I'm actually really glad that I didn't end up putting my hidey hole in there, because that could have been quite problematic. So let's just come here and make this. And then chop this down. Alright, cool. Actually, I'm going to do that. Now we can hop up here and get this clay. So we have to turn those into wet bricks, which we can then place down here. And that is now drying. But I think that is probably going to be a good place to call this tutorial. From this point, you just want to you want to turn these 16 bricks into an oven. You do that by combining 4 bricks into slabs, 4 slabs into an oven. Then go caving and get some iron. You can combine the iron piles you get with the chisel, not with the chisel, with the sharpstone to make iron ore, and 4 of the iron ore chunks will make a chisel that you use on a stump for a crafting table. I think I may go and continue this world later and make a little bit of a more, like a further tutorial from this. If I do so, the link will be down in the description. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.